Hi, I'm Cathy from Eclectic Images. Thanks for joining me. Today's class, I wanted to meet the challenge of the Great Australian International Craft Show 16 of Backyard Barbecue Party, but I don't have any barbecue stamps. And then I thought, cricket, but I don't have any cricketing stamps. And then I thought, but can I make some, backyard cricket? And I thought, I think I can do that. So I've come up with a way of using stamps in a different way. And now it's not A-League cricket. This is backyard cricket. Make and do with what you've got. Okay? Let's see. And it made me realise I think I need to make some more sporting sets of stamps. We need a cricket set, don't we? So that's something that's going to be on the cards for this year. But anyway, let's keep going with this card with what I've got and showing how you can sometimes twist things around and still get a great looking card. So our stamps that we're going to be using, a mixture of Eclectic Images and Uniquely Creative. So we've got the picket fence, we've got the Aussie Rules set, some flowers, and I am also using the Frangipani set, which I haven't put there, but that's another set of flowers, and the Gronya set from Uniquely Creative. For some background, I'm using one of our scrapbooking papers. Now this one's just called Rural, and it just is great grass. It's a brilliant scrapbook paper, but also quite good for a lot of card making as well. So we're using that. Our inks, we've got some VersaFine Clair Nocturne for stamping and for our outlines. And then we've got some of the Catherine Paula's Pucker Up, Fiesta Blue, Orange Twist and Grass Skirt for our coloured flowers. So these three are from the foundation set in the party collection. Pucker Up is also in the party collection, but it's from the date night set if you're collecting the minis. Okay, so when I was thinking about this theme, I thought there was something Brett mentioned in one of his posts about the show about getting your Hawaiian shirt on and getting a sausage and enjoying the barbecue. That's what got me thinking. So what I've done, we've got some House of Paper white cardstock, and I've also cut out a couple of different pieces from the Rural set. So I've got just the grass background, or I also cut one that has a horizon as well. It's the edge of the paddock, and I'm just not sure which one to use at the moment, so I'll get the rest of the elements ready and then we'll have a look at both and see which direction we're going to go in. So now I'm going to stamp the tunic out of the Aussie Rules set, because I've looked at and I thought that could be a cricket cardigan too, couldn't it? So I could have done it in more traditional cricket colours, but then this Hawaiian shirt thing is sort of in the back of my mind. So we're going to do a Hawaiian shirt to go with our cricket backyard theme. So let's get our Nocturne ink up the, I don't know, what do we call it, a jersey or a cardigan? A vest?
I was just going to say that in some states it'd be called a jersey. Jumper.
It was just a vest?
Vest.
I don't know. Anyway, this thing that you would wear, we're stamping it. Okay, so make sure the ink has enough time on the cardstock. Lift up, and that is excellent. I'll give it a quick go with the heat gun just to make sure that it's really dry, and then I'm going to cut that out.
Because today's not hot enough.
Because today's not hot enough. We are so hot here today.
33.5 degrees. We're not used to that.
No, we're not. Live in Ballarat, they say. Or don't live in Ballarat because it's too cold. It's not too cold today. So we're just going to cut this out. And I want a fair bit of the outline showing, so I'm trying to cut sort of to the outer edge of that outline. And I don't need that neck bit at the back, so we're going to trim that out as well. Just make sure I've got right into that corner. Brilliant. Because normally if I'm stamping on and colouring on a background card, I could have just stamped this and masked it. But because we're working over that lovely grass background, I need this cut out so we can layer it onto the background. Okay, but let's get it all coloured first. This is the fun bit. So pop that on my work mat, which is just behind me here. And we're going to get some of our bright inks. Let's get Pucker Up and the Frangipani stamp. And I'm going to stamp off the edges of the tunic as well as directly onto it. I think we need an extra bit there. Okay, now I've already done one as I was testing out colours, and I'm a bit worried it's a little bit too busy. What do you think, Matthew? Should we do a little bit less on this one?
This is going to seem weird for me, but I actually like the busy one.
You like the busy? Okay.
I mean, it looks like a whole party happening on the jumper.
The party's right. That's quite nice just with the frangipanis. But so now I'm using some stamps out of one of our flower centre sets. So I picked a different one to the one I had there. This one's a little bit more groovy. Okay. I might try and keep adding all the little ones in with the extra colours, but maybe not overlapping as much as I did there. Let's see how we go. So we've got two gorgeous little flowers that are in. It's these two that I'm using from this set, these two little ones. They look similar, but when you stamp them out, they've just got enough of a difference. I just managed to ink up the edge of my block there, so I'll just clean that off so that I don't get any extra ink where I don't want it. If you think I should stop, Matthew, just say so.
It's still a bit white in the middle, I reckon.
It is, isn't it? Let's try the other little flower and the green ink. We'll see how that looks. Oh, stuck my finger in the ink pad. That's bound to happen, especially with these tiny little stamps. I'm only touching the ink pad really lightly so that I don't get ink all over that backing area. Pretty cool. Nope, stopping there. I don't want to stamp over the frangipanis too much. Okay. And then I think it looks a bit messy with the stamping going over the rib there. So we can just get like I've done here, just grab a marker. Just go over those bits. And there we have our Hawaiian shirt. That's pretty groovy. Okay, now because this was going to take a while to cut, I've already stamped our picket fence onto some cotton blend cardstock and cut out just 3. So the picket fence has got 5 palings in it, and I've just cut it down to 3. And I figured it's not really like cricket stumps, but if you're at Grandma's over the Christmas period, you've got a bat and a ball, but nothing else, what would you do? Would you use the edge of her fence? Would you use the edge of her picket fence gate swung in? Would you use a couple of old palings that you found in the shed? I'm sure most Aussie kids would.
Probably a rubbish bin. But
or maybe a rubbish bin.
I like your 3 palings. It's prettier, less smelly.
Less smelly. I've also punched out just a small circle out of some of the red uniquely creative cardstock. And we're just going to, with a brown texture and some white gel pens, we're just going to try and make that look a little bit more like a cricket ball. So just make sure this is working all right, and it is. So we're just going to do a half circle. No, get it working a bit more. Come on. We want better than that. That's better. Then a couple of stitch lines. I've been looking at pictures. I'm not a sporty person, so I've been looking at pictures of cricket balls to see the markings. And they often have a bit of a band of leather that's stitched, and then some more white stitching. Come on. And I think the hardest thing about this is ending up trying to get the same curve and trying to get the same amount of red each side. Okay, that's not perfect, but it's going to do. Okay, and that's about all we need to do. We then need to start our assembly. Now, I'm a bit cheeky. I have actually cut out the logo from this craft show because I thought that's brilliant to put that on the card as well. I hope Brett and Sally are okay with that. And the other thing I'm going to stamp on there is Good On Ya, which I tested it out with black ink over some of the grass paper just to make sure it was going to show up well enough, and I think it does, so that's going to work too. So, and next thing to decide is which background paper to use. So we can layer it up. I'll get the white out of there for the moment. We can layer it up on the one that's got the paddock in the background. Which would mean I could stamp the Good On Ya up there. Or do we just, now Matthew, the people at home can't answer this, so I'm relying on you to give input here. Or do we pop it just on grass?
I think with the horizon, the card will have more depth.
Okay. Excellent input. Rightio, let's get some double-sided tape happening and get this mounted up. So I'll be very open to people making comments. We might even do a Facebook post about this. Comments of what sort of sayings you would like in a cricket set. So if we do pictures of the cricket bat and ball and the stumps, but what else would you like in the set? So I'll put a Facebook post up for that over the weekend of the craft show, and we'll be looking for some responses as to what you would like, and we might even make that a bit of a competition to win the set. That sounds like a plan, doesn't it?
I tried to come up with a greeting, but I was stumped.
You're so quick.
Be handy for kids turning 4 or 6 because it's
Oh, yes.
hit a 4. Oh, yeah, hang on, you can't say you hit a 4 if it's a birthday.
But worth working on that. We've got our new numbers set, so you could put a 4 or 6 on a card.
A 6 for the win.
Okay, now this one I've actually allowed it with a little bit extra border on the sides of the card. So we've got thin borders on the top and bottom, and wider borders on the side.
You can do it as a retirement card, taking your bat and ball and going home.
That could be for a 6-year-old at the end of their birthday party too. A bit overtired, too much sugar, taking their bat and ball, going home. All right, let's get that good on your stamp and stamp it in there. So we'll use the Nocturne Black for this again. And just before I ink it up, I'm just going to have a look where we might pop it. And I think right over there, it's going to work.
You've hit 50 and it looks like you've been on a good wicket. No?
I don't think you can say that one. Good on ya. All right, let's get our stumps in there and our cricket ball, and then we'll start to see what else we're going to do. So I'm just going to grab some of our Turbo Tacky glue, which is very hot and going to go everywhere on me. I think I have some paper towel here. I'm obviously not going to have to squeeze much at all.
.60 and not out.
Oh. I like that. Okay, now I do have some tweezers here. That's going to be very useful.
I wonder if people still say, how's that?
I don't know. You've been working on the cricket lately.
Yeah, that's what made me think. I haven't heard anyone say, how's that? Maybe they have. I haven't been listening.
So place it where I want it and then let it go with the tweezers. Got a little bit of glue there, so I'm just going to wipe that out with the tweezers. Okay, and then give them a clean the glue off the end of them. Right, now our little cricket ball. I might actually hang on to that with the tweezers while I put the glue on. And you'll notice on the reverse side, that's where I was playing with some lines to work out the design. Oh, I'm getting a bit uncoordinated here. Okay. And I think just on the ground at the foot that's just rolled into them, that's probably the best there. Now I'm going to switch to glossy accents. I've got a couple of little bits that I've cut out to do. Now what do you call the bits that go across the top?
I think the bales.
Uh-huh.
Someone will tell me if I'm wrong. We're so sporting in this house.
Oh, we are. Your sister will tell you off.
Yeah.
And yes, I'm deliberately doing them a bit crooked because this is the backyard cricket. Nothing too fancy here. Just a whole lot of fun, which I hope everyone has had over the Christmas New Year break. Had a whole lot of fun. How's that? Oh, I said it. How's that? Okay, now let's put our Hawaiian shirt in and start seeing, do we need to add this in as well? Or is it actually a bit too much? Is it just enough like that? Oh, Matthew, I'm really putting you on the spot with this one today.
I think it was too much when you had the other thing in. I was thinking you have to use it because you said you were going to, but yeah, looking at it.
But then on angles.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, that'll work. Okay.
It's all in the eye of the beer holder.
The beer holder. It's got grass stains and sauce stains and everything on it too. All right, let's get our glue back.
Haven't we all?
Grass stains and sauce stains. Certainly for anywhere near our little grandson, definitely. Pop that in there. And glue on this one. I might as well use that last little bit of glue that's on the end of the nozzle there. Put that on as well. Now I had that on an angle the other way, I think, so I'll pop that down there. Let go with the tweezers. And let's give everything a good press down. That's pretty groovy. So that's how we can make an Aussie background barbecue with a Hawaiian shirt out of stamps when we don't have a cricket set or a Hawaiian shirt.
And not a burnt sausage in sight.
Not a burnt sausage in sight, just the grass stains and the sauce stains.
Not even the smell of the onions.
Oh, you'd have to have the smell of the onions somewhere. Alright, I'm going to move this one forward onto our black cloth so you can get a little bit better look at it. How much fun is that, just throwing some bits together and seeing what we can come up with. Hope you enjoyed that bit of fun. We will see you for another video soon. Thank you for watching, and yeah, see you soon.